No te hagas más la loca, ya me enteré. Quieres besar mi boca y yo lo sé, pero mi amor se fue, ya no es de mi interés. Ay, pero no te toca.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode, a very special episode. My boy El Igor. How are you, brother? How you been, man?
Good, bro. Good. How about you?
Good, good. You've been busy. I've been busy. You know, I started the podcast a couple months ago, but
Yes,
I've been
sir.
tracking you. I got my trackers on you.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. But I've been following your page and everything. You've been dropping a lot of different music. Of course, I saw you yesterday at the open mic here at Roots Miami
Yep.
Cava. Big shout out to Roots Miami Cava for
Shout out
making
to
this
Roots.
episode
Shout out to
happen.
Roots.
But yeah, man, you've been steady busy dropping different projects en cuarentao or get.
En cuarenteneado.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And how did that come about? Like, is that just during the quarantine? Just want to put
Yeah.
music out there?
Bro, so I was living in San Luis, Missouri for
Oh,
like
wow,
3 years.
okay.
I went there for college.
Okay.
And then I came back at some point because, bro, like a bunch of stuff happened, like growing up there and all of that. I finished school. I was doing junior college, so it was only like 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And, I was like, I want to do music. I started doing music. But my crowd, I realized that was down here, bro. And like, regardless of crowds, like Miami, I just had the opportunity to come over here. And Miami is the melting pot right now. It's the melting pot. So it's like, bro, if you want to do whatever you want to do, Miami is probably like the place right now. It's like,
I think you'll find your people, you know,
bro,
what I'm saying, your hood here.
Yeah, there's a little
Yeah.
bit of everybody. It's a crowd for everyone in Miami.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
exactly.
bro, like I'm gonna go there. And here we are, bro. Started putting myself out. But En Cuarenteneado came about when I came back, COVID hit. And then I'm just
okay.
in the crib. I have like this like written stuff. I just write a lot. And I was like, I gotta put some content out. And I recorded all of that at the crib. Like, I feel like only one song was like worked by my other friend Juan. He lives in North Carolina. Shout out Juan. And then we just like, I don't know. We just like I mixed and mastered a bunch of stuff together. I had like a little bit of equipment, which is the one that I still use right now, and I recorded everything on GarageBand. Put it out en cuarentena.
Okay.
And to me, that was just a dump.
You also dump some of those videos as well of you recording, like,
Yeah.
the whole process on YouTube. I saw
Yeah.
that. That was dope. By the way, guys, I wanted to just mention the video, you know, that you're watching is looking a little different right now. Things are missing right now. I folded big time. I didn't bring my laptop to record this special podcast episode. So that's why you're seeing some holes, you know, some new parts of me you probably haven't seen in a
You
while.
feel me?
So. But back to the music. So now you've released New City.
Same City, New Me.
Same City, New Me. And I wanted to ask you, and we're gonna go into the project as well, song by songs and stuff. But in the album, you know, tell me what's the new me? What's this transformation? Are you a new person now? Are you?
Yeah,
have a
so
new
Same City,
perspective?
New Me has all to do with the story I just told you about.
Okay.
Just coming back to Miami. I moved here from Cuba, but then like I did 8th grade till I graduated high school and a little bit
You
of
went to
college.
Gables,
I went to
right?
Gables,
Okay,
yeah.
that's right.
So I did my whole high school there and all of that. But I feel like I saw Miami from a certain perspective of a person that, you know, just like hung around in like certain groups and certain areas, and I was like super oblivious to like of how big Miami is. Miami is not small.
Right.
There's a lot of things going on, and stuff that I was just like blind to because like one, I wasn't of age. I wasn't 21, so I wasn't really like going to places like this.
Right.
You don't have to be 21 to come here, but
No, you don't. No, you don't.
but you know, still, I feel like you don't know about Roots until like you're out here.
I mean, I myself, like, I wasn't of age either when I was fresh out of high school.
Yeah.
And that's how I got introduced into like drinking and stuff like that.
Tight.
And I didn't get, you know, introduced the right way. You know, maybe your dad gives you a beer, you try it or something like that
Yeah.
when you're a young kid, and then eventually you move up or whatever, right? When
Fire.
you're legal to do so, you have the responsibility
Yeah.
to do so. No, I went into the gas stations. I would get the Skull vodka. I would get like cheapest, crappiest beers, you know, the malt liquors, and just get trashed off of that stuff. I didn't know any better.
For real.
So you were an outsider coming into the city.
Yeah. So like me coming back into Miami, and like dropping like a couple EPs, I realized that my first like thought out project was gonna be about my travesty in a way, and and basically, yeah, I came back into Miami and now I was looking at it from a whole different perspective. That's why it's the same city, but a new me. You know, it's like that same year, new me, like, thing.
Right.
And then we dropped on January 29th. I mean, it wasn't exactly like the first, but it was at the beginning of the year. And it's just like, you know, instead of New Year, new me, same city, new me. It makes sense. It makes sense.
So how did you know Pablo? Did you know like the guys that you make music now? Did you know them before?
No.
Already when, you know what I'm saying? And then you came back, like you knew?
No. I got introduced by some people that I didn't know into this new friend group, this whole group of people. And I'm like, wow, this is a lot of new people. I'm out here like low-key writing solo. And long story short, we went to a house in West Palm Beach in which it was just like, it was during quarantine, so it was super low-key. And we went out there just so we could have like, you know, party time, but like, you know, away from being shut down by police and stuff like that. So it was like a huge house in which random people met because random people came in, and it was just like linked by people. But I met Damien, the guy that does, what is Damien's last name? Martin? Damien Martin.
Yeah.
I walked into that house, I said what's up to like a couple people that I knew, and then I met Damien for the first time in my life.
Nice.
And I had already put out a couple of stuff. It was my first time being in a place kind of public after COVID, in which people that had heard my music and never told me about it came up to me and told me about my shit. So I was like,
wow,
bro, that, you know, like I'm here like not really believing in this, thinking like, yo, I dumped this and this is just a content dump, to then like really hit him with the real thing. And I was kind of neglecting like appreciation for those projects, and then people reminded me of like, bro, that shit is still fire, like don't you ever talk down on that. But I met Damien, we played, like we like hit it off, and he was just like listening to my shit and all of that, and then he's like, bro, I'm gonna put you on. And he put me on, like he put me into Roots. He does advertisement for Roots, and he told me, yo, like pull up to this place, it's about to open back up, everything's opening up. I'm gonna let you know. And then I remember on October 7th, he told me about, so when Roots came back, they did headliners. You know, it wasn't like a sign-up thing. You sign it up for the times, but they already had the people I was gonna perform. And then he got me a slot there. He like believed in me that much. You know what I'm saying? And that, and I was like, damn. Super shout out to Damien. But anyways, on the 7th, Wednesday the 7th, he tells me, hey, this is going on. You down? I'm like, hell yeah, I'm down. I was not ready, but bro, I realized you're really not ready till you're ready. And anyways, on October 14th, I presented myself for the first time ever in my life at Roots, and bro, everything just went up from there. Like, I feel way better after that day specifically. I found out exactly what I wanted to do. So it's just like, yeah, I forgot why we started talking about that, but yeah, man.
Well, you described your album.
We were talking about the new people that I met.
That's right.
Yeah,
the new friend circle.
Yeah, so that's how I met Damien, and Damien brought me to this place, and then on that day, on October 14th, I met Pablo for the first time. I met Ale for like the second time. Ale's the guy that always plays guitars.
He'll be here soon.
Yeah, so like I started playing my beats, and then I met Ale, and it's like from there, bro, I show up to places. I showed up yesterday, and until I spoke to Ale on top of the stage already, we didn't know what we were gonna perform.
Wow.
It's like that. Like usually I'm like, yo, I'm trying to see what I'm gonna perform so I can send to the DJ, usually subconscious. And yeah, I don't have those worries like sometimes. I guess if they go like missing or some shit, then I have to get back to that. And it's not bad. Like sometimes like my pop songs, like Yolo said, like when you do them in guitar, it's a different feel. So it's like I'd rather just do it with the beat. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about like working with them in the sense where you have that freedom, that creative freedom to give another artist. You're already, you have your own doubts and everything about your stuff. Now you got to deal with, I guess, with the next person who's working with.
Oh, so these guys and I, we really have a lot of chemistry. It's I'm usually more with Ale and Yadi, Lazy Eye. So Ale TCA and Yadi. And these guys, we just got along. We're friends. We're friends. That's really important when collabing, I believe. But the thing about them is that they really have like their own thing to bring, like their own style to bring, and to like complement me with, So my songs, I feel like they're a certain way, and they listen to them, and they're like, okay, this is how we can transform it and make it different whenever it's live. And it's just like, bro, if you come see me live, you're gonna see a song and you're gonna listen to it, and then you're gonna go and listen to it on the digital platform, and it's gonna be two different complete things. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they bring to me. It's just
when you do like acoustic music and stuff, or you do more like lo-fi, or use a vinyl record like that has that natural sound with all the I guess even the imperfections, right? It's not mixed to death, and that's always like a special thing. And like you said, when you're performing live, even if somebody messes up on a key or anything like that, like even if the mood changes, you guys can have that chemistry to bring you back,
bro. And you know what's crazy? Sometimes we rehearse, bro. So every time we go on stage and it comes out a certain way, we analyze it. We're like, oh, did it come out how we like visualized it, or how was it? And it turns out, bro, that a lot of times it depends on the vibe, on what it is, and they give me that. They give me that, because if you have a track, it is what it is, and you can't really do much about it.
Right.
But these guys can be like, yo, I want to do this a little bit faster, a little bit slower. You messed up, I can literally bring you right back to where you were at. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a huge versatility. It's very different. My dream is to have a band. So like, if I make it, what I would do is like hire my friends, basically.
Yeah.
Unless they're like super like they made it to, and they have their own thing, and it's just sad, and I got hired. Yeah. Hopefully.
Or vice versa.
Hopefully.
So
everybody eats.
So I want to also get into we did have Damien last week here on the show, and we talked about Cuba, upbringing, just living there, dealing with the dictatorship and stuff like that. Did you have your experience of that as well? I think you said that you were born in Cuba and then you came here to the United States.
Yeah.
How was your experience?
Yeah, so I was born and raised in Cuba. So I was able to see a lot of things. I was privileged though, right? I wasn't starving. I wasn't starving at all. And I was super lucky to make it out too. My parents made it out. So I'm super lucky to be born into a family that was also like not only hard workers, but they were put into places that made them like bring their friends into America. Not their friends, their kids. Like they were good. I feel like my parents were decent. They had a decent life in Cuba. They gave us a decent life in Cuba. But just them thinking about us and freedom in general, they were like, bro, we gotta get out of here. I'd rather be poor and free. I feel like that's how they went about it. And so, like I think about how lucky I am whenever I think about the people that is like they're like hostage in an island, basically.
Right. Like some of the artists, in the Movimiento de San Isidro.
Yeah, Movimiento San Isidro
don't have the freedom to express themselves.
They don't.
Do you like? Is there a part of you that connects with them? Like,
bro, 100%. So.
Being an
artist. All right, so this is how I got into music. I got into music because of this group called Los Aldeanos. Los Aldeanos is an underground. They're really good artists. They speak about everything, but one of the subjects that they touched the most on was freedom and just the Cuban reality, the real reality, and. So it was always like anti dictatorship things, and I remember I was introducing to them, and they were rappers. That made me want to be a rapper so bad. But I got introducing to them, and my friend said, when you listen to them, you gotta listen on your headphones, or like super low. You can let people know basically that you're listening to these people. And bro, they remind me a lot of Movimiento San Isidro, because these people were like not allowed to really perform. These people were like getting arrested for no reason, but it was like indirectly, like, you know, I don't know, man. I feel like what the guys in Movimiento San Isidro is so important. What they're doing is super important because they're using art to express something, and it's just like, bro, like, people can see. Now they have internet, that's also very big, but people in the inside can now see that they're starting to ask questions. They're like, why this, why that, you know? And it's like people is really waking up, and it takes these people and whatever they're doing to these people to go ahead and, I don't know, start a revolution or something. But I don't know, bro. Like, these topics are super difficult because I do think about them every day, but the dimension of the lives that are being like deprived of freedom and stuff like that are huge. And I honestly think about solutions, but I'm also speaking from a very privileged point of view. You know? I mean,
and everybody, no matter how privileged you are, you have your, you know, of course, again, there's levels to this, right?
Honestly, bro,
there's no one answer, but I mean, the fact that you connect with them is, and you have that empathy is just step one, you know, to step out of your comfort zone and say,
man,
I might
try
not
to raise awareness, you know, like, just,
I might not.
You see a lot of
all the
ignorance,
answers,
you know, like, I've traveled and people have spoken beauties about Cuba and its government, and don't get me wrong, bro, it's a beautiful country, but it's got a little twisted reality there, and it's just like super bittersweet. I feel like the best solution is to boycott the government in the aspect of not sending anything over there, do not support the tourism, do not support like their businesses, which is a totalitarian state, so everything is theirs and all of that. But people, they have the human crisis of there's people on this side and people on this side, and bro, like, nobody's trying to let their grandma die. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's trying to let their son starve. You know, whether you come to America to save your family, and the fact that any help that you send over there and stuff like that might redirect to the government's profit. Just fucking sucks and makes it.
It's disheartening. Yeah.
It's super hard. It's just like it's a third world country, bro. Like, people over there, when it comes to a system, I feel like they're very behind. So it's like, how do you take over that country and teach millions of people how to use credit cards? That's something that was like, I mean, I guess everything is step by step. I guess it's not impossible, but it's like, damn, bro, they're that behind. You know?
Yeah.
They don't have credit cards in Cuba.
Yeah.
They don't have somewhere where you can go and pay with your fucking phone when you double tap it. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that is a need.
Right.
But when it comes to like credit and stuff like that, they're super like behind. They're super behind, and they keep on switching up the currencies on them, and it's super complicated, bro. I'm also like super. I feel like when people come to America, they're focused so much on on a bunch of other things, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you all of a sudden, like, you have freedom, but you have like, more money, but more money, more problems, literally. Like, now you worry about rent, now you worry about mortgage, now you worry about, and so the least thing that you want is like, I don't know, man. It takes young people. I feel like it takes young people with the time to go ahead and do that, because I feel like adults, they like made it out and they're like, yo, I made it out. Like, don't tell me anything. I made it out. I had a rough ass life, so it's like, don't tell me to go back and like die for this. Like, nah.
That's interesting too, with like climate change, things like that, like issues like that that gravitate towards like the younger audience. Like it fires them up, because it's like the older people are not focusing on those issues, so I gotta do it, right? They have that attitude.
My parents are not thinking about that, but my parents are just working. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, well, that happens just so I have this freedom of doing this, And it's like, bro, I better do something with this privilege. You know what I'm saying? I better do something good, and it's not about me. It's not about me, bro. It's about all these people. And just like, because I could have been one of the people that had no way out. I mean, I would have been fucked, bro. People in Cuba is fucked, bro. Like there's obviously the exceptions, but the grand majority is just like, bro, like.
So that must push you as an artist or just as an individual to really just excel that much harder, you know, at what you do.
Bro, we can talk for hours about that. It's a very complicated topic.
What would be, so, you know, obviously it's not money, it's not, I guess, the fame. The fame kind of might be annoying too, all these flashing cameras following you all the time. But what is that burning desire, like, that you feel like, I mean, like you reach that, let's say you reach that pinnacle, you make your money, you have to live comfortably, like, but what's still that one thing you want to achieve, like?
Bro,
it doesn't have to be material.
So, like, fame is also complicated. Of course you want to be recognized. Of course you work for something. I guess, like, I do want to have money. I do. It's all these things, but to a certain level. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to... I'm not desperate for that. You know, I'm not trying to make the next, like... I'm not trying to make, like, a super... I write what I feel like, bro. What really drives me is the ability to connect with people through my craft and to impact people through my craft, and like how much people relate, bro. That shit is super crazy. Like I write a lot, and a lot of time for years I just kept that to myself, and it's like, bro, just connecting, like, and people coming up to me and telling me, hey, like, I really felt this song. Like, this song is my favorite. And songs that you don't even appreciate that much because they're, like, not getting as much recognition or whatever. And people coming up to me and they're being like, oh, this is personally my favorite one. You know, and stuff like that. It's just like, wow, like, everything that you put out there, like, does come back to you, or does, I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, I could tell you the songs that jumped out from in Coronel.
Yeah, in Quarantena.
Were No Membresía, lyrical flow. You know, I wrote some notes and stuff like that.
Yeah, of course.
Which you performed that yesterday.
Rasenga. Yeah. And bro, and I don't know if you noticed, I don't know if you went back and heard it then, but it's completely different from that. Rasengan, the original one is like a sampled YouTube video, and it's like a lo-fi, like a jazzy lo-fi.
Okay.
On the digital, and then on live we do it with the guitar. So I'm trying to like make it sound a little bit more like upbeat, more rock and rolly type thing. But I'm like, me siento raro de hace rato, and it's that, bro. It's really simple. Every feeling that I have that might make my heart heavy, I have let go of through songs, through writing. So like a song like that, I was really feeling a way about a certain situation, and I just went ahead and just like sat down, wrote about it, and then I feel super relieved and good after that. I feel peace. So bro, it goes back to that, bro. I just want to have whatever system in my life that allows me to sit down, to wake up with no alarms. I hate alarms. Wake up with no alarms.
I can relate to that.
And go to my backyard and sit down on my underwear and just write songs. You know, write stuff, write what's on my head, write whatever the universe has to give to me, bro. Because honestly, I listen to these beats, and sometimes, like when I write in the mornings, I do free writing, and it's like different songs that come one after another. I hit up like beats playlists on like BeatStars, YouTube, like Spotify has them too, and I just write. And it's crazy that I don't have anything in my mind, and these melodies that somebody in Australia created, and it's just bringing me all this like inspo, it's getting my brain and me like and exploiting it. And I just want to have that, bro. If I can do that, if I can get lost into my pen and my notebook, you know, I'll definitely do that. I'll definitely do that. But yeah, I guess for that I need to go to work and do all these things. Therefore, yeah, I'm trying to put my art out there, and if it sells, nowadays it's kind of easy, bro. Like, it's not easy, but it's just like it's more people is able to support in ways that don't really have to do with like a monetary aspect. And then I feel like like this whole stream system.
Right.
I feel like people can support and like give it to you. Like if you pay a membership of like YouTube or whatever, and you go in and you give me a stream or like 2 or 3, I mean, I guess I gotta make it so you like it. Right. But that's cool because you're supporting me and bro, I'm gonna represent you. I sound like a political candidate right now. But it's like, yeah.
Hey, Lazy Eye sounded like a political candidate when he was on here. He's here as well.
Yeah, shout out Lazy Eye.
And I don't know if this is the time right now, if your boys are ready to throw down on some tunes.
That might
Voice
be, bro.
Vision style.
Is this the end of our interview? Because I want to say something at the end of our interview.
Go ahead.
Bro,
Talk
basically, I think that I have only seen legends in Voices podcast so far.
Thank you.
So I was just thinking, bro, like, yo, when it's my turn, like, come on now, like, damn. Everybody getting interviewed out here. I saw Paulitos, I saw Subs, I saw
almost got
Lazy
the
Eyes.
whole roster before I
Bro,
got back to
everybody, if you get interviewed, you got Lotus too?
What's that?
Lotus Hill?
Lotus Hill, yeah.
You interview him too, if I'm not mistaken.
Lotus Hill was on
Bro,
here as well.
Lotus Hill, shouts out to. I want to work with Lotus Hill.
Hey,
Ever since I stepped out and I saw dude, bro,
he's dope, man.
First time I met him here at
Very
Roots,
down to earth.
he was a headliner. I didn't see him perform that night, but then he did perform at this event that Pablito was doing that was called Knockout Mic. So it's basically like a competition.
That's right.
Pablito's super creative with things like this. But basically, you pay like $2 at the table, and then whoever people got voted by the crowd into who was the best performance, and they would get the money. And Lotus Hill won that night.
Nice.
He won it, and it was like a tie with this group called something Faders. Maybe I got it messed up. The Slavers. The Slaves. Something Slaves.
Oh, Southern Slaves.
Yeah, they were like a crew.
Yeah,
and
rap group, I think.
Yeah, and then they were like, oh, are you guys gonna they were like tied. You guys gonna battle for it, or are you guys gonna just call it and just split it half? And they split it half. They were like, nah, it's all love.
Okay.
So that's what's up. But in my opinion, Lotus Hill won. I ain't being biased or anything, bro. In my opinion, it was him, and then he was by himself. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I believe that.
You have a song with Lotus and
yeah,
Pablito.
we just released Timeless.
That shit was
and
fire.
that was one of the first words that came out of his mouth before he even knew the song was going to be called Timeless. He was talking about divine timing and just things connecting, and there's so many layers to that conversation. But that was one of the first things he talked about was divine timing, and I was like, this guy is vibrating at a different frequency. This guy's down to earth. He's cool.
Yeah, bro. So every time I see him, I'm like, fuck. I wish I would collab with this guy. I see him here all the time, just writing and stuff, on his own in his little corner. And I know I'm gonna work with him. I'm definitely a super.
Yeah, definitely. I'll shout you out, bro.
Yeah, bro. He's always like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Whenever. He's cool. We share stage also here in Roots. We did a headliner.
That's right.
And it was Pablito, Lotus, Sinfully, Sin Sage, and I personally. It's fire night. But yeah, man. The boys.
Any more shout outs?
Bro, shout out Roots.
Hey.
Most importantly, this place is amazing, bro. It's like the first stepping stone for a lot of people. Definitely for me. Then that's it, bro. Shout out my mom and my dad.
Hey, big shout out to your mom.
Shout out to boys, bro. Yeah. What you're doing is great. I like your interviews. I think they're really thoughtful. I feel like you have interesting talks and points, and it's not just a bullet point interview. So that's why I appreciate that about your channel.
Thank you, bro.
Let's bring the boys in.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what's up.
Let's do it.